Hello and welcome back to another 100 Essential Movies that you have to check out. This week we're going over the 1950s, All About Eve. This was a movie that I knew nothing about going into, and I was pleasantly surprised and not expecting this to turn out the way that it did. I can't wait to tell you about it. All About Eve is a 1950 American drama based off of the short story The Wisdom of Eve. This stars Bette Davis as Margot Channing and Anne Baxter as Eve Harrington. This film starts off in an award ceremony where we find out that Eve has won a very coveted acting award. We hear a voiceover of Karen Richards describing the night she met Eve for the first time. Karen Richards is the wife of the playwright Lloyd Richards, who has written a handful of plays that cast Margot Channing as the leading lady. Karen has noticed a girl outside of the theater every day before the show and after the show, who is obviously a fan of Margot's. One fateful night, she introduces herself to this fangirl, and this is the first interaction between Karen and Anne. Karen brings Anne in to meet Margot and Karen's husband, Lloyd. She ends up also meeting Margot's boyfriend at the time, Bill Sampson, who is a director of plays and 8 years younger than Margot. Anne makes a wonderful first impression, ends up hanging out with Margot and Bill for the rest of the evening. And Margot takes her under her wing, going as far as giving her a personal assistant job to Margot herself. Anne is doing such a great job, going above and beyond her duties to really be the best personal assistant she can to Margot, when Margot's jealousy starts to rear its ugly head. And I remember thinking that it's a shame that somebody's vision can be so altered and corrupted by ego or jealousy or whatever, that here Eve is doing the best job she can to learn from and impress her idol in the acting world. And Margot, who has her own things that she's dealing with, like becoming an older leading lady. She just turned 40 and is viewing this 20-year-old new actress as a threat, and just really being ashamed of it. Seeing the way Margot lashes out at everybody and really becomes kind of a tyrant. I really started feeling bad for Margot that she was going to ruin such a great relationship between Eve and her. And I felt even worse for Eve that her idol was reacting so incorrectly to a situation and reading things that weren't there. And then bit by bit, we start to see that maybe Eve's good intentions aren't necessarily good intentions. And I was kind of floored. I was not expecting that to be the case at all. And I was kind of floored. I did not see this coming. I guess I was giving Eve the benefit of the doubt and really trying to see the good in people. And oh my God, no, this was not the cute, innocent little Eve that I thought we were dealing with. I don't want to go into all of the details of everything that happened, but oh my God, the things that play out, and not just from Eve. At one point, we're introduced to another conniving character in the form of a theater critic named Addison DeWitt. And then it seems like the story takes another weird turn, and you don't know who to believe, you don't know who to trust, you don't know what's going on. And maybe there's a part of you that starts thinking of people in real life or situations in real life where somebody wasn't quite what they seemed, and now you connect to the movie in a level that you weren't expecting in the first place. I think it was one of my Patreon subscribers, Bob, that had mentioned in a previous review that he can't wait till I get to watching All About Eve, and he was 100% correct. This movie was great. I was not expecting how good it was going to be. I was not expecting what story I was in store for. And again, pleasantly surprised. I know I've talked about some of the movies on this list, me not understanding why they were there or they just weren't good in general. I'm very happy to say that this movie, All About Eve, 100% deserves to be on the list of 100 essential movies you should watch. If you are a theater major, if you were in theater in high school, if you have any interest in acting at all, definitely check this out and let me know what you think about it. I want to hear what your thoughts are. This is absolutely a movie that I will watch again. But now we get to my favorite part, and I'm really curious about this in the scratching, because what is on the picture that we have to scratch off is the statue that Eve is winning, but I don't know what's going to be behind it, so let's find out together. So here we have the scratching off of All About Eve, and again we're going to be using the Lucky Duck Entertainment enamel pin. Shameless product placement. And let's see what is behind this picture. We're doing an extreme close-up today because I do not have my normal helpers. Alright, so it looks like we have Bette Davis, who is Margot in this movie. And she is behind the scratch off of All About Eve. There you have it. So that is the scratching off of All About Eve. Next week we are going to be doing A Streetcar Named Disaster. Again, this is one that I've heard of, but I don't think I've seen. So I'm curious to see if that holds up to the hype that I think I remember. I want to take this second to thank everybody for watching this. And hitting those buttons, the like and subscribe down below. Any comments you leave are greatly appreciated. I try to reply to all of them. And a super big thank you to my Patreon followers, whose names are going to be popping up in just a minute. Hopefully you guys are watching these movie reviews as well as the Monday exclusive one. I know I just released a special early Easter double feature for Critters 1 and 2 that I had a blast not only watching the movies, but making the video as well. Come back on Thursday for an essential horror movie you have to see, where we're going to be doing Bride of Frankenstein. And keep an eye out for new cool Creepin' It Real merch with the Invisible Duck enamel pin. And we have Duckenstein's Monster coming shortly. Waiting for the final proof from our resident artist. Thank you guys very much for everything. It really does mean a lot that you guys are checking this out. I love you all, and I will catch you next Tuesday. Later days.